Welcome, welcome, welcome to Sistas United. This is Queenie. And as y'all can see, this is Tammy Lily as well. What's going on, Tammy? How you doing this morning?
I am doing excellent, awesome. God is good and all of above. I'm happy to be here. It's a blessed day. It's raining out there, but hey, rainy days are blessed days too. So I'm glad to
That's
be
right.
here.
That's right. Yesterday was when I say a real rainy, messy day. We have a lot of flooding here in Houston, Texas, and a lot of people
Mhm.
decided that they were going to drive through it anyway. So we had a lot of
Mm,
cars on the side of the street. 288,
mm.
those of you in Houston, 288 looked like a little lake, a river. It looked like an ocean. They do a lot of construction on 288. So it was
Mhm.
crazy to see on the news how it was full, like a ditch. It was full. So it
Yeah.
was the photos were unreal. People were sharing it on Facebook, and I'm telling you, I did not go out yesterday at all. At all. I think my husband went to get a haircut. He swam to his haircut appointment. You know, I told him, I say, I just need you to make it back home, bring my husband back. I'll bring him back. I said, please do. Please do.
I know that's right.
Mhm. All right, we got Miss Keisha Robertson chiming on in.
Hey, Keisha.
Hey, hey.
How are you
Did
doing
I just
today?
say it again? Did I just say it again? I think
Miss
I did.
Robertson.
I
Is
said
it Miss
Robertson
Robertson?
instead of Robertson.
Yeah.
Ah!
You know what?
What's going on,
I
beautiful?
say Robertson too, just because I hate to see that T in my last name. You know,
What's going on, beautiful? What's up? I like this hair today.
Yes,
thank
ma'am.
you, thank you, thank you. It was almost wrapped up.
But I'm pretty sure if it was wrapped up, it was baby, it was looking good too. Did you get out there in that water yesterday?
Yes,
You know
ma'am.
what? I did. I was trying to well, thank you. You know what? What do I have going? I did. Um, I did get out there yesterday. I went to well, I tried to take my mom to her doctor's appointment yesterday, but it took us about 15 minutes just to get from my house to Belford across 288. Then it was cars all stranded. It was a lot of water. So we came on back home. So I decided that I had a project that I could do sitting here, which was rounding up my fabric. So
All right.
and so I went about containers, and anyway, it was in the middle of the night when I started fooling with that. So, but yeah, I just got out a little bit. I went to Family Dollar and I tried to get my mama to her appointment, but that didn't work. So, but I like to go out and see anyway. I like to look at the water. The water over in the bio, what do they call it? That bio right there, chocolate bio,
Uh-huh.
is that what they call it? I don't know what they call it. The bio off of airport.
Uh-huh.
It was I mean, it was really up there. I was like, wow. So yeah.
Well, when it rains, it pours in Houston. And the only thing I could tell people is if you look, like they were telling them yesterday on the news 100 times, we had our mayor on there, and he talks like he's your aunt, your
Your
uncle
uncle,
or whoever. And he
Uncle
said, do
Sly.
not go out there. Stay at
That's what he
home.
said. That's what he said. I stayed close. Like I said, I
Turn
stayed close.
around,
I would
don't
have only went
drown.
right there. I would have only went like 5 minutes away, but they didn't have what I needed at that Family Dollar. So good morning, Soldier Love Jones. She commented. She's watching.
All right. Um, what's going on, Sultry? Now, I want to just dive straight into this topic.
Okay.
Now, Cardi B and Offset are getting a divorce, so they say. So they say. Cardi B um got back with Offset the first time that he cheated on her. Now I guess he didn't find out. I mean, she didn't find out he cheated again, or she just want to be through with it. So I guess the question I'm posing today is, how many times do you go back? Do you even go back? Because she even when she got back with him, she was showing how much money she was giving him, and all the expensive gifts, and bragging on her relationship with him and all this kind of stuff. And how how do y'all feel about that? When a person decides, okay, I'm gonna get back with this person, and they're in the public eye, everything is public, you know. Uh, weigh in on it. How y'all feel about it?
Well, first of all, public or not, you know, um, we're ladies, and a lot of the times we really want to believe, you know, that that things are going to be different or whatever. And I believe at that point they had a child. I think
Yeah,
culture was it when she took culture back. So, I really commend her 2 times. I commend her for trying it again, whatever, based on him, cheating. I commend her for trying it again because oftentimes um, we're in a mindset or whatever, we'll just throw the whole baby away. And I don't mean the baby, but like the situation. That's what I'm calling the baby. Just throw it all away. Don't even try. Oh, you did this and now I'm just done. Whatever. And there's so much of that that goes on. So I commend her for trying it again. Even
yeah,
whether it was for her or whatever, but just the fact that they, have a child. Sometimes, as mothers, we take a little bit more. Um,
yeah,
just to try to make it work, whatever, to have this like completeness, at least for the child. Then I want to commend her, number 2, for realizing that a dog is a dog, and I'm not gonna take it. Now I'm gonna tell you something, and I tell people all the time, your situation is your situation. So if you choose to stay, you know what you have. If you choose to stay, call it what it is.
yeah, yeah,
And if you're gonna keep your dog, get him a flea collar
yeah.
and get him a dog tag so that when he out there wandering, they know where he belongs. Or whatever, and don't complain. I mean, that's just how I feel. I'm serious. You laughing, but I'm
Look,
serious. So,
but
in
but
whatever situation.
but you made a point though. That's a good point. I know I laugh, but I mean it ain't none of it funny. But it's
Yeah,
the truth. If you get back, I hear a lot of women complain about their man, but you with him though. You know,
exactly.
you with him, and first of all, especially I see a person go back 500 times to the same person, and they always got something negative to say about the person they with. Well, you keep going back.
Well,
Now
that's
I
the
do
truth, but
want
they're just hoping that, like,
that
it's a
they can
lot of hope
change it.
there that
Yeah, but
that it'll be the way that it was when it started. That they're chasing that past and what it was. And then
yeah,
if you're married, not a girlfriend or boyfriend situation. If you're married, I don't have an issue with people trying whatever it is for you. One of my good friends had a husband that was a dog. He had a lot of kids or whatever. And the advice that everybody else gave her was to leave him. You know what advice I gave her? I told her that was her husband. And you know what you have. If you stay with that man, dog collar, flea collar, dog tag, and just go ahead. You don't complain about it because it's apparent you're not gonna change him. You know, so but when it gets when it gets to a point where you can't take it no more, then you leave. Nobody has to tell anybody when their stomach is full. When you're sitting down at the table full, don't nobody say, "Hey, Queenie, you full? Get up from the table, girl." Because can't nobody tell you full. So it's relative the amount that you want to take or whatever, especially from your husband. So
so what you think about it, Tammy?
Well, I like it. I think it's a personalized decision. and nobody can tell you what you can take and what you can't take. Like Miss Keisha says, nobody has to tell you when your stomach is full. You feel when your stomach's full. You feel when enough is enough. My mama had an old saying. She said, "Enough is enough and too much stank." And I never understood what that meant. But as I got older, I understood. Understood. You take so much shit to eventually it stinks. When it stinks
Yes,
to you, then you get a
yes,
situation. So it's a personal decision. Yes, she's in the limelight, and unfortunately, because she's in the limelight, she has a lot of eyes on her, and people are
Right.
being judgmental. They're putting their mouth on people's marriages. I don't care if it's a celebrity or a person that is just in a regular society, what have you. You have no right to put on your mouth on somebody's marriage, and you have no right to tell them what they should and should not take in any situation. But it's embarrassment when everybody knows your man is cheating on you, or everybody knows your woman is cheating on you, but and then you get faced with it. So I mean, I understand there's got to be a rough situation, but that is a marriage. She went into that thing with her eyes wide open. She has a kid by that man. So she has to waive a whole lot of options. Okay, I have this kid by this man, but he keep cheating. So if I stay with him, what is my kid gonna say? If I leave him, how is that gonna affect my kid? So you have so many moving parts to this situation, especially when you start involving kids. But you just, for me personally, I think it would depend on how they did it. Um, because you have some men that's in the limelight as well. You have women that practically throw their stuff at them. Do you have remorse for it? When you say, did you feel bad for her? Did you just go out there and just say, forget it? I'm a man. I'm gonna do what I want to do, regardless of what you say or how you feel about it. For me, it just really depends on how you went about it. I would never say that I couldn't forgive somebody for cheating on me, and I'm not saying that it will be an automatic deal breaker. It just depends on the situation, depends on how you come about it. Um, if you're so far out there that you got that girl disrespecting you as well. And I'm just saying, well, yeah, your man was with me. It just overall depends on the situation. How does that make you feel? Is this a regular? Is this a habit? Is it something that happens? Okay, it happened 10 years ago, and now he cheated on you again. To me, it depends. It's a lot of moving parts to the situation, and it just depends. For me personally, but I would never tell nobody, girl, you need to leave him. I don't put my mouth on nobody's marriage, on nobody's relationship. You won't get me to
Right.
put my mouth on that. I don't touch it at all. But
you
for
know
me
what I'm
personally, I don't situation.
yeah, you know what I'm thinking about. Um, when I heard about it, I was like, wow. I said, I know she puts on a front eh, for the public, right? But
Hmm.
for every little thing that she has to battle with or deal with, uh, it's made public. You know,
Hmm.
all of her flaws, all of her emotions is on Instagram. It's the media is picking it up and running with it. I think about her personally as a woman, all of the stuff that she has to encounter and protect her child from, you know, throughout the whole situation. You see what I'm saying? You know, and a lot of women that are not in the limelight have to deal with public embarrassment when it comes to divorce. Because the first thing that people do is look at the woman. The first thing people do is, let's just, bring it, right here. When a woman goes through divorce or having to make that decision to divorce, because sometimes everybody thinks it's the man. He didn't want her, so he divorced. But what what about when the woman makes the decision? Hey, I don't want to do this anymore. You know what I'm saying? Love Jones wanted us to know this. It was not about cheating. It was about arguments. Uh, is the reason they are divorcing. So, um, so yeah, I'm thinking about all of the stuff that she personally, as a woman, have to battle through in making a decision to end it. You get what I'm saying? She's not just ending a marriage, it's a family that's breaking up. It's having to make decisions on um, the father and the child's relationship. It's so much, and it's in the public eye. It has to be stressful, you know. And we know we hear Cardi B raps and all of that kind of stuff, and she is a strong person, but I also have seen her in different situations where she's very emotional, you know. So one thing as a woman, I just want to just send a prayer out to her, because it is a difficult thing when your family is breaking up and it's in the public eye, and everybody has everything to say about it, but don't really
Right.
know the truth. You know how they say it's your truth, it's the other person's truth, then it's the the real story. You know what I'm saying? So just want to send a prayer out to her as a woman for what she's going through, what she's having to uh have to, do in this situation, you know.
That's true. And it's really, like you say, it's really amplified because she is in the limelight. She is, I say on Front Street or whatever. So that makes all the difference in the world too.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I just, I don't think that people take um marriage, you know, um, that is, people go into marriage. That's why I'm 47 years old, I believe. Yeah, I forget now. With this age thing, I'd be like, how old am I? Yeah, I'm 47 years old, and I've never been married. Now, don't get me wrong. I'd be a great wife. You know what I'm saying? One day I want to be a wife, but some people, that's their goal. Like that's their bucket list thing, like number one or whatever. Like how on a priority thing. I want to be happy.
Yeah.
That's what I want to be. Whatever. So a lot of the times, I was having a conversation last night. Like a lot of the times people, it's something that they don't like about the person at first. Whatever, into this thing, and they're not happy. Really happy. Then they go and marry a person. Marriage does not fix the situation.
Hmm.
Now you have all of this expensive legal stuff you got to do to get rid of this fool. In a minute. And it goes both ways for men and women. If it ain't right before, it's just a bigger headache and more to do. Um, after the fact. I just, I mean, I'm a very real person. It's nothing about me or a situation that I'm dealing with that you can tell me about it that I haven't already, wrestled with or thought about or whatever. So, um, it's just marriage don't fix it. It's just it makes it more. So, I just, you know,
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying, everybody is talking about it. The blogs are going crazy about her business, and I was just, every time I open up Facebook or Twitter or even WordPress, which is a website, I'm looking at the fact that Cardi B's business is popping up everywhere, and I'm saying, wow, that's a deep situation, and then the hurt and the pain, the crying, because I know she loved him, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And
Yeah.
love
she
don't
took him
stop
back.
with a decision to divorce. That don't mean you stop loving somebody,
No, it
and we
Right.
don't.
talked about that before. But now you have to adjust, and so many things are happening. That's why I say I just wanted to bring that to the, talk about that as women, and see if we could be, instead of, because a lot of people do a lot of talking and gossiping, but how can we be supportive? How can we uh even though, oh, and another thing I want to explore before I go into that, another thing I want to explore is something you said, Keisha, about knowing a person before you marry them.
Yeah.
And
Yes, ma'am.
this has nothing to do with Cardi B. This is just in general. People think that I say, for example, if I want to marry somebody or they want to marry me, we go to the courthouse, baby, get married. There it is. It's done, right? And then, like you said, to get out of that is not the same. Baby, you listen, listen, to get out of that.
Nothing.
Uh, exactly. Now, and that's what I try to tell people. I say, the enemy. Y'all know I'm a preacher. The devil don't tell you about the long run. He gets you hyped up on that quick little let's do it, let's get it done right now. But he don't tell you that down the road, this person is gonna take you through hell. You know what I'm saying? You know, you have the warning signs, you have the flags, you have, people coming to you saying, don't marry him. You get mad at them instead of listening and digesting and processing what what is happening around you. And we fall in love. Oh, I'm in love. Oh, or in lust or whatever. And
Oh,
we
that's right. I'm about
our
to say we
common
all in lust.
our yeah, our common sense, come on, and that part of us that sees the things that we know we can't deal with or don't want to deal with, we overlook because we done allowed our heart to come in. And sometimes we get in some of this stuff because we want to prove other people wrong. We let pride come in and we want to prove to them, I did. Oh, I love him. Girl, you ain't gonna talk about my man. But this been your
Mm.
friend for years. This been your friend for years. And your
Right.
friend told you, girl, listen, I saw so and so over here with this, and we tend to go off on our friends. But our friends
Yep.
that have been there for us for years, if that's a big red flag. If that person come to you and say, I just want to talk to you and
Have a
tell
little
you,
combo with you, huh?
yeah, and then they know how crazy you are, so they're gonna say, I'm gonna take you out to eat.
Oh Lord.
Let's go,
Yeah, you want
let's
to go
go
out to
out,
eat? You know that's a
right? Let's go out for drinks. I need to talk to you about something, right? Because they know already, that you're gonna
Mhm.
probably come out of a bag on them. But the bottom line is, we have warning signs, and I think that as women, we can become stronger as women, uniting. We can become stronger if we learn how to listen to one another, and if we don't see each other as uh, uh, a threat, or we're not competing with each other. It should, because sometimes we'll let the person we with turn us against our best friend, turn us against our sisters. Look, she just jealous of you. She just want me. And all the next thing you know, you're not talking to your best friend no more. But as I think as women, just like I said about this with Cardi B, as women, I don't know her personally, none of us do, but we can as women say, let's just send some prayers up, or let's just speak life, and let's just, just understand the woman side of it, what she could be going through. Because money don't mean nothing. How much money she
Mm.
got
right.
don't mean nothing,
That's right.
Nope.
especially when it comes to her heart. Hmm.
Right. So to
Yes,
say,
ma'am.
warning, don't get you the same flashing lights. Red light warnings didn't you see those flashing lights? That's what she said. Yeah, and a lot of the times we do, but we just ignore them because that's what we want.
Blinded by love.
Just that's what I want. So a lot of the times there are red, there are flashing lights, and we see them, but it's like, oh, this is just what I want. But you know what? You can't put yourself in a permanent, what should be a permanent situation for a temporary feeling. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Because honey, let me
Yes,
tell you
ma'am.
something. And I be, I'll tell in a minute. When I marry you, it's forever. You're mad, go in there, like scratch your butt, get glad, come on back. You packing clothes? Where we going? Pack my bag too. You going to your mama house?
Mm.
We going to your mama house. Whatever. It's not gonna be, whatever. What you gonna do is get it right. So, you gonna act right or whatever. We not wasting my time.
Girl,
So,
you sound like my
No.
husband when you said that.
I'm
Cause that's
serious.
how he is. He say, if we get into an argument or whatever, and we laugh about it later. But he said, baby, he say, you know I'm gonna be on the porch, you leave. I'm gonna be right there on the porch with you. And then I tell him the same thing. I say, so who I say,
Hmm.
let me find out about somebody else. Baby, I'm gonna call and say, come clean this house. I said, I'm not finna play. This is forever.
I
Get
and
it
see
in
that,
your spirit. You
but
are
you know
mine,
what?
I am yours.
A lot of people don't have that mentality though. Whatever. And like we keep talking about these red lights and these warning signs. Had a guy telling me, oh, well, we talked about the falling out of love thing or whatever. And you say that too much. So that sounds like to me that's not even something you're gonna, like work towards. You have to work towards stuff. Stuff don't be easy because I mean, you're not an easy
Yeah.
person to deal with either. You know. So
All
I don't
right.
know. You just have to
Let's
be
be
willing
real.
to, yeah, you have to be willing to want to stick in it, or whatever, and want to,
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
and like I say, not throw the whole baby away. I don't mean an actual baby. I call situations babies, because you care for them, try to, yeah. So don't just throw the whole baby
Invest
away.
time,
Yes, invest
invest
time, you
energy.
nurture it. Yes.
Yeah. Yep, you
So
have to weigh the options. Is it worth it? Is it worth all this investment of time? Because time it has just as much value as money. We talk about money, but we talk
more
about
because
time
you can get
because
money
you
back,
can't get
but
it
you
back.
can't get time back.
No, you
Time is
can't.
more valuable than
Don't
money
even
because
try.
you can go make some more money, but you ain't gonna make that
Mm,
time back.
I know
So
that's
don't
right.
waste my time.
You can't reclaim your time.
That's right. Reclaiming it. You can't reclaim it. Not that
No,
Stacy time anyway.
I know that's
So
right.
yeah.
All
Okay,
right.
I like this. I like this. I like this. Just the relationship talk or whatever. Um I don't know. I look at celebrities and how their situations are just so public, whatever. They don't really get a chance to like maybe deal with it like, me and you would because nobody knows us but our friends or the people that are in our circles.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'd be a Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley will sit up and tell you how it is or whatever. Nobody follow Charles Barkley mess and be messing with him because Barkley bark. Rawr. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
Charles Barkley play that would be me. Whatever. Get out of my situation. Like don't put your mouth on me. Don't do it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, I wanted to bring that up because it I think relationships are hard enough.
They
Like some
are.
people say, oh, if you're in a relationship, if it's hard, it's not meant to be. No, no.
That ain't
A
true. You gotta
relationship,
work.
like my husband say, it's a job you got to show up for every day.
That's
Hmm.
Marriage
true.
is a job you have to show up for every day.
A
But the job
relationship
didn't
should not
start.
go
the
ahead.
the job didn't start at when you got the marriage license. It started before because you got to learn each other. You have to spend quality time with each other. You have to care about what breaks a person's heart. You got to see them when they don't have the money. You got to know their attitudes. You got to know what will jack them up and get them to talking to you cry. You got to know all of that. But it takes work.
Yeah.
And just like you want some, thank you, honey.
It takes
Just like
time.
you want somebody to deal with you. And what the crazy thing about it is, we think that the other person is so difficult to deal with, but you act like you haven't met
Hmm.
yourself, you know. So they have to put in work to deal with you, but we don't want to extend
All
to
right.
another person that same courtesy. We want them to be all the way perfect and all the way right and do what I need and request of you. But do you understand that you are high maintenance? Your attitude sometimes is
Hmm.
a trash, and I'm just being real with you. And somebody got to sign on for that. You know, you
Well,
got
All
days.
right.
well, that's the truth. But part of that, people that are usually extra special and the hot mess in the situation, they don't see a issue with what they're doing. So, in order for a person to realize that somebody is making an extra special effort or showing up, they have to realize that they are an issue. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. I believe that a relationship shouldn't be, necessarily all the time easy, but it should not be forced. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? If you find
The good
yourself
times should outweigh the
forcing the
bad.
situation, what you say, Tammy?
The good times should outweigh the bad. If you got more bad
The good
times than
Uh-huh.
good
times should
times, then you
outweigh the
might got
bad.
a
And another thing too, it shouldn't be one sided. If
Yeah.
you
no.
always are the one stepping up, giving, doing, or whatever, sacrificing, that might be a situation you need to look at, because now, you know, that's a whole nother situation, whatever. What have you
Yeah.
I love that song Janet Jackson say, "What have you done for me lately?" And that's not
Mm,
necessarily a material thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying, or whatever. It's not always. I mean, have you showed up for me when I was just having a funky day? Did you think about me and know that I like a
Mm.
Snicker bar, even though I don't like Snickers? I'm just saying. When you went to the grocery store, when I go to the grocery store, I think about you, and I'm gonna grab you a banana because I know you love bananas. It's like, just not really. I did this, so you do that or whatever, but just, I don't know. Can't be a
Well,
one-sided thing.
I was no, I was counseling a couple about this, and I was letting them know. I said, relationships are is exactly what they are. It's two people relating, right? I always say
Okay.
it like use the whole word ship, right? It's two people that can relate, deciding that they gonna take this voyage together, right? Okay, but on this ship, I gotta care more. I gotta care more for you, because if I care more for you and you care more for me, it's gonna balance out. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But so oftentimes in
Mm.
relationships, everybody begin to get selfish. Everybody begin to say me, me, me. Everybody begin to say, well, what
Mm.
about me? You know, and but if like me and my husband, James, he focused in on what I need. I focus in on what he needs. You get what I'm saying? And and it balances, because now if I sit around every day and I'm always trying to make sure that he do give me what I need, then I'm gonna neglect what he needs, because I'm too
Mm.
busy and I'm too absorbed with what I need. You get what I'm saying? I'm gonna
Right.
like they
Yeah.
say, if you ain't putting nothing in a minute, somebody gonna be going without. Somebody gonna be neglected. You get what
Right.
I'm
Mm.
saying? And
Yes,
you
ma'am.
gonna wake up. You gonna wake up, and that person gonna be like, "I'm out." You gonna be like, "Well, what happened?" And then they're gonna be like,
Exactly.
"Well, you wasn't happy. You never even took the time to see if I was happy." You get what I'm saying? You were too busy trying to make sure you was happy. Or you had everything you need. You know,
Right.
and that's what happens in a lot of relationships. You get with a person that loves you, and they are giving and sacrificing and they are doing, and the other person is just making sure you do it. I'm gonna make sure you give me what I need. But if
Yes,
you
ma'am.
focus in on what the other person needs and that person focus in on what you need, that's why I always say people need to go through counseling first before they get married. They need
I
to they
believe
need
that.
to
Yep.
really, really sit down with somebody, a mediator, to be able to say what they
At
need to
least pick a
say.
book up and read.
They need to no, but for real, because relationships are not. If you really want a good relationship, counseling it'll be second nature for you. You be like, we gotta have a mediator. We gotta have somebody that we both can go
Yeah.
talk to, and that person is not on my side and not on your side, but they can hear clearly and be able to help us communicate with each other. Because communication is very, very important when it comes to marriage. When it comes now relationships, y'all, some people they decide they're gonna go to the next step and get real, real serious in their relationship. They'll go ahead and get to talking to somebody,
Mm.
especially if they know that that's somebody they really want a
Want
future
to
with.
be with.
They'll
Right.
go ahead and start. Yeah, they'll go ahead and start those things before they even, propose or whatever, which is good because I think everybody needs to learn how to communicate
Mm.
with each other. Everybody
Yes.
communicates, you know, and when you don't have
A lot of us
communication in
don't know how
relationships,
to.
it's already going downhill.
Mm. Communication is like playing a volleyball game. You know, I hit the ball your direction, you hit the ball my direction. It should be a two-sided thing. If you in a communication thing, especially a marriage, it should be two-sided. And I should be to be completely honest with you, and you should be completely honest with me about how you feel. And you should be some compromise, and not one side. You always getting your way, I'm always getting my way. It should be some compromise going on. So
Right.
definitely,
Mm-hmm.
definitely. So those are things that don't come automatic. You don't come out the womb knowing how to do these things because generally, as a baby, you come out the womb, and when you get hungry, you holler. You know, and your mama respond to you, and then you don't care about mama's tired, baby. Don't care about that baby, that mama being tired. So you don't come out the womb knowing how to communicate. You have to be taught how to communicate.
You gotta be taught. That's right.
Right.
Be
So,
teachable.
Gotta be taught.
but okay, I was about to say you have to be coachable, but yes, teachable. You have to be, and then so and that brings up another thing, whatever in learning each other, whatever. I mean, how much time are you? I'm almost 50 years old, so I mean, of course, and whatever. I always talk about this customizing situation. I'm not like anybody else. I am not a cookie cutter girl. I'm sorry. Whatever. I'm not a high maintenance girl either, but I mean, I have my thoughts about certain things or whatever,
And
and
we all.
my views about, yeah. So
Mhm.
um so I always say customize me. So I know, I mean, I would be very weary kind of a guy. Probably not openly, but my eyes would be like this of a guy that I met that just had it like together just so, perfectly or whatever, because he can't, I would just be, my big eyes would be open. You know what I'm saying? But um being respectful, being thoughtful, being considerate. Those things are like really big for me. And knowing God, I mean, I don't think I could deal with a dude that I never hear talk about God. Or you know,
Mhm.
some people have grown up in the church and kind of, fallen out with the church, but that's a conversation we had. I mean, it's just, just some things or whatever. I don't know. And then I don't know. You just you have to know how much you're willing to put into a situation
Exactly.
that could be, and be true with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to be true with you, and know when to
Definitely.
play. I mean, how much time you gonna waste?
Now that's true.
So yeah, I mean,
That's
like I
true.
say, I'll be 50 pretty soon. I don't have time. I'll be by myself. Okay, I'm good, but I'm not gonna sit up here and waste my time when I could be surfing, dealing with you, whatever. I could be doing something else. I'm just not gonna do it. So yeah, that's how I
Yeah.
feel about
Okay.
that.
And you also go ahead, Tammy.
Oh, okay. I was gonna see if we can because I was searching for some questions, and so I got a question for y'all. But go ahead, Miss Queenie. I
No,
got a
go ahead.
question for y'all that came straight out of Sisters United group. So, all right. Since we on the relationship topic, that's what I was looking for, something that was related to relationships. The question is it a bad thing for a 40-year-old woman to date a 20-year-old man?
She not dating. She having fun. I mean, that's the way. I don't seriously think because, and somebody, fix me if I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? At 40 years old, unless your mentality is here, because there's no way that a 20-year-old male has the mentality of somebody 40 years old. So unless you,
Mm,
have a mentality, you know what? I'll take that back. It depends on what it is you want. What it
yeah.
is you're looking for. That man ain't gonna be a husband. I can guarantee you that, because that ain't what she's looking for in him. Or
Hmm.
whatever.
All right.
I don't know. Maybe my mind closed or whatever. People always tell me, your mind is closed. But okay, my son is 28 years old, so my dude ain't gonna be 30. I'm just sorry, he ain't gonna be 30.
Yeah.
You know.
I
Um,
think that's a valid point, because a 20-year-old has a lot of living to do.
right, or whatever. And then
He
eventually
has
he
a
gonna
lot of
look at your
growing to do.
behind. He
At
gonna
that
look at
age,
your behind
he's
and be
not
like,
really
okay,
a
you
man
old.
at 20.
After a while, he gonna look at you and be like, okay, you old. Because I mean, I don't care what nobody say. When you get a certain age, certain stuff, just starts happening with the body, whatever. You got this person 20 years. It goes both ways for a
Yeah.
woman. Oh man, you got this person 20 years or whatever. But it depends on what you're looking for, because I have a friend that says she married for love the first 2 times and that didn't work. So the next time she marries, it's gonna be financial, or something else is gonna be, it's not gonna be love because that part didn't work for
Mm,
her. So it depends on what it is that you're
mm,
looking for in a person. But I always say when
mm,
you go looking for things, she says she can learn love, but that's not gonna be where her head is. When she goes into the next thing, it's not gonna be love. She says she have to like him, so it's not
mm.
a all using thing or whatever. But yeah, I
Well,
I think that's a very
I
valid
kind
point.
of
I mean, Miss Queenie.
I feel like this on the age thing. I think to each his own. You know what you need, you know. And it's some people that get with a younger person and begin to live life like they've never lived it before, and it adds years to their life. You know, you
Mm,
have some people that are very mature. I wouldn't say at 20, but in the 20s. Life experiences have matured them, and our spouses learn something from each other. I don't care how old you are. You're gonna learn something from
absolutely
each other anyway. And
mm,
it's people in my family that have married people younger than them, and we look and
20
be
years old.
tripping, but they marriages have lasted for years. I mean, and good marriages. So it's like I think that when it comes to that, you do have people that marry just so they could say they got them they could say they a cougar, or they got them a young
I's
man, and
married
you
now.
got
I's married.
yeah, yeah, and then look at him, look at his body, all that kind of stuff. But it's I think to each his own. I think that you never know where you find love at. You just never know. You know, uh I'm just being real. Because it's meant, like I said, I have seen marriages with people who are really, really older. The dynamic and the age was cold blooded, but the marriages last. You get what I'm saying? You got
I
that.
just
It's just amazing. And yeah, she will, whoever is the oldest, yeah, may start looking older and being older, but you never know what a person needs. You never know
that's true.
what those two people individually do for each other. First thing we go to is sex and how it looks and all that. But when they're at home, you don't know what bond they have with each other. You get what I'm saying? You don't know what's going on there. That's why I never really talk on that. Because
Well, you know what? I probably gonna miss the whole boat then because, honey, I was telling somebody the other day. Okay, I'm not into young guys and I'm not into older guys either. I'm just not, whatever. So I get told all the time, you gonna miss you worried about the package that is in. You know, if you in your 20s, it is nothing you can do for me but show me your daddy. Where your daddy? Because that, whatever, that's just how I feel. But that's just me.
yeah,
20 years old, it is nothing because I don't have patience
but
for
you look at
stuff.
him as like that's your child because you have a 28-year-old, so you're
Yes,
20 years old. You younger than my kid.
I was
So
telling
do I need to throw you on my back and burp you or something?
I was telling somebody the other day. It seemed like I meet him in a cradle or a banana peel away from the grave. I was in the store the other day. I was down there at the place getting my mama some chicken, and this man, I think he told me he was 72. Now, what made him think it was okay to get involved in a flirty conversation with me? I know I don't look inviting like that because usually when I'm out and about, I don't look very. friendly because I don't want to have a conversation. I just want to do what I'm doing and go ahead on. You know what I'm saying or whatever. So it's very, and then I'm thinking about a whole lot of stuff. So I know I don't look friendly, probably when I'm out and about because I'm just trying to do what I need to do so I can do the next thing. I'm always doing something. So I know I don't look very friendly. So in my mind, I'm like, what makes this man? And he told me he was 72 to go into the depth of the conversation, and I'm looking at him like, what you want? You know, what made him think that it was okay to engage in a conversation, a flirty conversation with me?
Maybe he's
You
seen
older
something
than
in
my
you.
mama. You is older than not. You hear me? Is not or is. You older than my mama. What I want with you? What am I gonna do with you?
I don't know. Maybe he's
Look
seen
at my
something in
Queenie.
you.
Stop looking at me like that, Queenie.
Yeah, he seen something in you. He was like, I gotta get to know this young lady right here.
No, we're not gonna
Well,
get
I'm
to
gonna
know
tell
each
you right
other.
now. I'm gonna tell you right. I feel where you come from. Like I said before, to each his own. My husband is older than me, and I tell you, we have such a wonderful life. I don't know what to do with myself. Now, I have dated men my age or whatever, and I have dated younger men. But God broke the mold when He sent this man right here to my life, and I have no. That's why I say I can't say nothing
A
because I don't
30-year age difference, though. Come on, it's like what?
know.
Really,
No. Well,
hey,
let's put it like I say. I understand where you come from. Everybody got their own opinion on it. I say with
right.
me, through experience, I've learned that you cannot say, I'm talking about for me. I could not say that won't work for me or this won't work for me. Because every time I got the picking and I
It
got the
wasn't.
saying and move, I'm being honest. I missed out on good people because I was doing the picking. But once I let God choose for me, once I let God choose for me, and I received what God sent for me, I began to see the blessings happen in my life.
Well,
So
you
I
know what?
couldn't sit back and say, well, Lord, He this and Lord, He did. I had God say, do you trust me? So I said, okay, I trust. So, and when I trusted God, then boom, everything began to fall in line. Different things I struggled with, I stopped struggling with. Different,
Mhm.
my best friend came, it really, and honestly, it surprised me because some of the conversations we have, I couldn't have with men my age because they were still, you know, crazy were the ones I ran into. Then so it was a maturity level for me. So we look at the dynamic of, we'll say that a woman shouldn't date a younger man, but men date younger women. Men marry
I
younger
won't
women.
say shouldn't. And you know what? I'm and let me tell y'all something. I'm just telling y'all. Now I'm talking about Keisha. Now like or whatever was for Keisha. Now I always say that if a younger guy is for me, God first of all, and then a skinny dude too. I don't like little dudes. That's another thing too. Like I have a lot of physical things. I love a big handsome man. You give me a man about 6'4", 6'6", 300 pounds. That one right there that's part of the battle one, a big part of the battle one right there. Because that's what that physically, that's what I, whatever. But my husband might be end up to be 5'9" and 180 pounds. I don't know, but you know what? That would be one that I know that God specifically sent to me for whatever
Mhm.
reason. He made me see this person because I don't see those people for me. They can be my friends, whatever. We can be friends. We can, you know, um, be friends. But as far as dating and like even looking at them in a way for me is not something that I do. So if it's a person like that that's for me, then I mean he's for me. Is nothing that I can do to block it. But I just would have to be put in a situation, and that goes for a young guy, that goes for a much older guy. I'm not ruling anybody out, but if it was somebody like that, they would have to be. I would have to be in a situation where I can even see them, because just regularly I wouldn't see them. So that's how I would
Hmm.
know that there's something else wrong with that person, because I'm able to see you in a way like that as even a possibility. Because you know, older guys know, younger guys know, smaller guys. I'm a big girl, so I like big
That's
guys.
right.
So I'm just saying,
Well,
I'm not throwing anybody away, you know. But
yeah.
I mean, the first time you meet a person, it's a physical attraction. When you first
Yeah.
see
Yeah.
a person or whatever, it's physical. So, you know, and that part right there, you would have to pass the physical, thing or whatever, even for it to be a conversation. Generally, that's the way it would have. That's the way it is.
Well, see, that's where a lot of people don't. Well, a lot of people don't understand. You have to, and me, I can't help it. You have to ask God to open up your heart and get you out of uh looking at the physical. You get what I'm
That's
saying?
true, and I have,
Because
and that's
how
why
can
I'm
you how can you can't see a person's heart. You gotta learn their heart, and that comes with you uh asking God to open up your eyes. Say, Lord, you know give me eyes to be able to see a person's heart instead of their physical appearance, because you might be surprised later that they can take care of whatever they need to take care of physically. But Lord help me. I want to learn somebody's heart. I want my best friend. I want my mate. I want the one that you created for me. And sometimes that's where, like when I was younger, I missed the boat a lot of times because baby, I dated, they had to be big old buff cut, all that, and baby, they were straight up thugs. They were hoes. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real.
yeah.
And so I have to ask God, Lord, you choose for me, and then open up my eyes and my heart to be able to hear, and my ears to be able to hear a person when they're talking to me, so I can see who you sent for me. Because I'm gonna tell you something. If it's a lot of women today that married the person they were physically attracted to, and they are in a a relationship for
Absolutely.
mental.
So
Hmm.
that's just not the first thing. I mean, that's the first thing, but that's just not the only thing or whatever.
Right, right.
So and that I do pray about that, whatever,
Yeah.
because I just don't believe that, I'm supposed to, like be by myself, all of my life. I don't believe that. And like I say, I am open, but it would definitely have to be God to open my eyes to,
Amen.
you know,
Hmm.
Well, ladies, down to we have about 6 minutes left in the show. And we need to talk about this raffle. Okay, we're sitting on raffle items.
I
Okay.
know it's like nobody, I don't know what they waiting on.
They don't want
Well,
none free stuff. You don't want no free things. Just for answering a question. That's all it is. It's some free things. Some
that's free.
shirts, some boom boxes, some masks. Uh, we're trying to give you these things. So, we need to hear from you. Talk to us, engage with us.
Yeah,
That's right.
exactly.
So what,
So
what we
let's
gonna do what we gonna do the question like
okay, let's get some new questions. What's the questions, ladies?
um we gotta make it let's not make it too easy.
Okay.
Okay.
Um
I'll tell you what, we'll come up with the questions and post them on the page. So y'all
Yeah.
be on the lookout for those questions. At
that
this
sounds
time,
good.
we're gonna, all right. At this time, we're gonna just tell them what we're raffling off before we post the question.
Okay. We have we have a t-shirt. Let me pull it. Give me a sec. because I was flipping through all this stuff. I need you. Okay, we have a T-shirt. We have a Sisters United T-shirt. We have a boom box. I'll show you the boom box. It's a touch boom box where you just sit your cell phone on top of it. We have two masks that is
Two
coming
custom
from Miss
masks. Yes.
Custom Masks. It's coming from Miss Keisha. She do some awesome masks. She is so talented.
This is just,
Um,
I mean, these are not the actual ones, but just to kind of, you know,
yes,
Oh,
mask.
ma'am. You get you some
Yeah.
masks. So get you a couple free masks. And last but not least, we have a body cream. Excuse me, a beauty cream. This beauty cream comes from the Pretty Girl Cosmetics. So we got t-shirt, a boom box, two masks, and a beauty cream. We got four items, a whole bundle. Got a whole bundle of stuff for you. So um, we will be posting a question after the show. You will have to review the video or remember the video. Remember the answer to it's going to be one of the things that happened on the show. So you got to make sure you listen in. You got to make sure you view in order to get this raffle bundle. We got a raffle bundle for you. How awesome is that?
yes. That's
So,
That's right.
awesome.
um,
Okay, so go ahead and sign off for us, Tammy.
all right, awesomeness. This is Tammy Lilly. Thank you so much for being here with us. We're here every single Wednesday at 10 o'clock Central Time in the morning. Um, make sure that you get your book today. If you're a business owner, especially if you're a new business owner, make sure you get to my website. This book is on its way out. Make sure you go to www.tammy, Lilly.com. It's my name, Tammy M. Lilly. .com. Make sure you get your book today. It's on its way coming out. I am super excited about it. It's talking about this tax season coming up. If you have a business, I promise you, things will change for you versus being a business owner and working for a W 2. So you don't want to be caught off guard. You want to make sure that you're equipped. The Bible tells you, my people perish due to the lack of knowledge. Don't perish on your tax return. Get this book today.
All righty, Miss Tammy.
Baby, that was good. I like that. Do not perish. I got to make sure I don't perish on my tax return. Listen. All right, Miss Keisha, go ahead.
Okay. This is Keisha Robertson, Sisters, Keisha Robertson, Sisters United. Um, just every Wednesday, don't meet us here, beat us here. We always have real topics, real conversations about, real issues and things that affect everybody. So, and every now and then we might throw in a special show. We always have something to give. So whether it's knowledge or, the physical things, raffles or whatever. So just stop on in. This is Keisha signing off. Rita's not here, so I got to do her piece.
Yes. And Rita was listening in and commenting.
Mhm.
She was commenting. So one of the I don't think I think her comment came up, but it didn't her face didn't come up. So we just want to send a shout out to Rita. Rita, we love you. Y'all
Yes,
ever
we
seen that
do.
episode of Good Times where they was talking about Fishbone? We love you. Fishbone, we love Rita. We love you, Rita. I'm just playing.
And it
All
was
right,
someone
y'all.
else that we didn't acknowledge
We
that
want to say
showed up, a Diana Lynn. Diana Lynn was
Yes, ma'am.
in and commented. So I just want to say hello, shouts out
yep.
to Diana Lynn. Thank you for dropping in on us and saying hello.
Yes, yes, yes. We had a nice little turnout, and I believe that my hubby wubby he did a watch party. So our show is in other places as well. We want everybody to make sure you check us out on the My Gospel Soul Radio YouTube, My Gospel Soul Magazine,
Mhm.
My Gospel Soul Magazine YouTube.
Coming out.
We're also on Periscope. Um, the show will be uploaded
Mhm.
to our podcast at Sistas United. You can Google us. We're everywhere. All you do is Google, and you can find us, our shows everywhere. We want to make sure that everybody gets into this raffle. It will be on in the Sisters United group as well as on the Sisters United page. We're raffling the T-shirt, boombox, custom mask by Miss Keisha, Beauty
Yes.
Queen bundle. It's a giveaway, y'all. It's free, free, free. So
Mhm.
don't make sure that you check us out every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Central
All
Time. We
right.
love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Talk to y'all later.
All right.
Be blessed.